Chapter 23. Isamu falls to the ground, and as he catches his breath, Pimiko does the same. He lifts himself from the wooden planks of the ship, scanning around to see sailors watching the fight. However, with Isamu defeated, they leave, disappointed by the brief spar. "I was so close this time," Isamu brainstormed. "I saw through her feint and managed to dodge her attacks, but still I wasn't good enough." The memory of his recent fight with the group on the pier flashes by. Even there, he was bested. "I feel like I have no more room to grow. Everyone is surpassing me. What more do I have to offer?" "That sucked," one sailor muttered, adding insult to injury. They returned to work, leaving them alone on the deck in the chilly night. Pimiko stares down at Isamu, easily recognizing the frustration and doubt written on his face. "You're getting better every day, Isamu," she complimented, while occasionally looking out towards the dark, endless blue ocean that reflects the beautiful moonlight. "You have even bulked up quite a bit since we last practiced." He flexes his toned arms in response, remembering his small frame months back. It's true his body has shifted in size. He even helped lug the barrels of supplies down into the hull of the ship. What once was a struggle a year back, bringing sweat and exhaustion, was now a minor inconvenience. He agrees with her words, but while his muscles show growth, his confidence has shrunk. However, he doesn't wish to burden everyone with his problems. Everyone else is doing well. He keeps the illusion going for their sake. "It's because I followed your training schedule every day. I've been practicing with Aziza sometimes as well. You kids need to keep up the pace if you want to stand a chance at Baramos." Her tone is as cold as the sea breeze. Every day the name becomes more frightening. Every encounter, every trial they have faced has been successful, yet how much of it was luck? Every victory hasn't been clean, only achieved by the skin of their teeth. Many times his life was near its end, and from Pimiko's worry, how was Isamu supposed to push himself forward into danger? He couldn't even land a strike on her, and she is the strongest person he knows, looks up to. He had to somehow surpass her in a matter of time which was rapidly fading. "I know," he answered. Isamu walks over to the railing, staring at the calming waves, breathing in the fresh salty air. At least now they had peace. "What is it that troubles you?" He hesitates. "Is it wrong to save others if I put myself in danger? You speak of the actions you committed to save Fedir's life. Not only was it reckless, but also foolish. But he would have died, and so would you, if not for fortunate luck. You, Aziza, and Fedir have pledged yourselves to keeping Hotaru safe until Baramos has been vanquished. Your reasonings make sense. Regardless, she is your top priority on this quest. Is it true that she is the only one capable of winning against Baramos? Is there really nothing more that I can do? That is the way things are. It's not only in her history, but her blood. It's not fair!" He slammed his fist on the wooden railing. "Just because we don't share blood means we are simply pawns? I refuse for any of us to die just because Hotaru is the only one who must reach the finish line. And yet you are so quick to throw away your life." He stops his shouting. He doesn't know how to respond to those words. She is right, and has him pinned down to a T. Part of him wants to agree with her orders, but Hotaru's words ring in his mind. "I don't understand, Isamu. How is it you can say all these things when you yourself don't really believe them?" "I understand your feelings," Pimiko said, dragging him out of his thoughts. "I lost my family for that very same reason. I wish things could be different. However, we must play by Baramos' rules if we wish to stand any chance of returning peace to the world." "Your Majesty, we are nearing Thedon." Pimiko looks over to the drunk captain, who has a bottle of rum in her hand. "Bring us in." "Aye, Your Majesty." Her words slur, and she hobbles down a flight of stairs nearby. "Can you wake the others?" "Yes, Grandma. Not long will you kids see why I'm so hard on you," she whispered. The ship ports onto the coming land. However, there is no town to greet them, only a forest with leaves as black as oil. As the gangway drops, a fearsome roar echoes in the night. Its heavy bellow strikes deep in their core, and looking up halts them completely. In the far distance are several winged beasts such as gargoyles, chimeras, and dragons circling above a huge volcano that produces a black smoke coating the sky. The land past the volcano is known as Necrogon, Baramos' lair. However, there is much more that must be shown to you. Pimiko steps down the gangway, slowly traversing through the black forest. Meanwhile, the others watch in fear as the monstrous sounds push them back. Aziza takes the lead with extreme caution, with Fedir following close behind with a healing spell ready. As Hotaru is hesitant, terrified by darkness that awaits before her, Isamu softly takes her hand into his and guides her while keeping her attention on him. "Stay close to me, and we will be fine," he smiled. "Okay," she whimpered, pressing her head against his comforting chest. Pushing through the dark forest, and a putrid smell of death covers the area. Hotaru, with the help from Isamu, manages to stay close to the remaining group. No longer was there any semblance of an adventure, only a harsh reality. She's not on this journey as a personal quest to explore the world. She was to fight the evil which consumes this land. What she was seeing was only the beginning. "What is that?" Fedir asked as he stared at a splotch of purple ooze that covered the grass. "It bubbles like it's boiling, and the land it rests on is rotted." Aziza at the front of the pack doesn't appear scared, but heartbroken. Once she learned the name of the town we were to visit, she remained silent. Her home was closing in. Baramos' poison. It taints this continent, killing anything that comes in contact with it. Soon it would be spread beyond its confines and make its mark around the world. Despite the horrifying surroundings, Pimiko is unfazed, walking through as if she is following a paved path. We're here. She awaits them at a broken wall of stone covered in toxic waste. Past the wall are decrepit homes which together make a town. The town that used to be is littered with human bones and poisonous puddles, leaving the only living things being pests that have taken to feasting upon the dead. Pimiko stops her advance at a worn sign that is no longer legible. What you see before you is the town of Thedon, and the base for the resistance against Baramos. We built and prepared for years, only to fail. This is what remains of our army. Aziza is left in shock, according to her face. Hotaru always wondered what Aziza's home was like, yet she never expected to arrive in her friend's land in this state. How long until Japan or Aliahan meet the same fate? She thought. "Why are you showing us this?" Fedir asked. "We have text of what Baramos' reign is capable of. Surely there is more to this than what we already know." "You are correct, Fedir. There is more." She takes out from her robes a black genie's lamp. Other than its pure black color, a design of a crescent moon is placed at the center. She rubs the lamp with a cloth of her clothes, and a light fog emerges from the magic opening. It encases the town, and like a dream, spirits wander the forgotten grounds. The group is shocked to discover they are all humans with a green aura around them. One of them hovers over to Pimiko.
"It's a good thing you are back,"
it said with a ghostly echo.
"Ortega has been awaiting your arrival, so we can discuss how to tackle Baramos' castle. You will be joining us today, won't you?"
Ortega's arrival? Hotaru gasped in her mind. What is going on here? Aziza mutters something under her breath, looking further into the desolate town. It can't be. Mother. Father. Pimiko continues her conversation with the ghost, speaking as if they have been lifelong friends. Not today. I have matters to attend back in Japan. I'm here for the orb. Can you fetch it for me?
"Of course. I will tell the others as well of your arrival."
He floats off into town with a confident and joyous smile on his face. In fact, most of the spirits that roam the town are happy as they look to be working around the town, constructing buildings, forging weapons, or aiding the wounded. My father was here? Yes, this was the last bastion before Necrogon. Once we managed to pass the volcano, everyone lost their lives, becoming cursed to endlessly wander the land, stuck in a time when the people had hope. If this was the last bastion, does that mean... Aziza panics as she tries to finish her thought. A voice startles them.
Sorry for the wait, Pimiko.
The ghost from before presents a green glistening orb with a dragon that wraps its body around the base.
Here is the green orb.
Thank you for holding on to it, but I must be going. She reaches for it, but Hotaru jumps in. Is my father really here? The spirit's smile disappears as it ponders.
I'm sorry, young one, but who is your father?
Ortega. He jumps back.
Ortega? Now that's impossible. The only child Ortega has is a little girl who's barely old enough to walk.
What? Pimiko grabs Hotaru's shoulder. It's no use. They will always believe we are one day away before raiding Baramos' castle.
Anyway, I will head back. Remember, Pimiko, tomorrow at dawn we strike and end Baramos for good.
He hands over the orb before floating off, leaving the group at the entrance. Pimiko rubs her lamp once more, and the fog that covers the town fades along with the spirits. She hands over the green orb to Hotaru. As she grabs hold of it, she nearly falls to the floor due to its surprising weight. Aziza steps over to Hotaru, taking the orb from her and placing it in her satchel of snacks. However, it wasn't her only reason for stepping forward. What about my parents? Are they simply stuck here to wander endlessly for an eternity? Hotaru turns to Aziza to find streaks of tears running down her face. She wants to comfort her, but doesn't know how. Your parents were close to my son, Aziza. The people of your home were common townsfolk, not soldiers. Those who could fight marched onto the land of Necrogon, including your parents and my son. As for their whereabouts, I'm afraid I don't know. Only continuing forward can reveal the truth. Aziza simmers down. Hotaru looks at her, giving her a supportive nod. They look at each other, knowing they share a similar situation. Now for your next mission. Pimiko glares at them like a general at war. Scattered across the land are 6 orbs. This is one of them, with the others similar in design, but different in color. Gather the remaining orbs and meet with me in Japan. That's insane, Isamu blurted. There are 5 more of these things and we don't even know where they could be. I mean, we're talking about the whole world here. I will aid you in whatever way I can, but unfortunately, I do not know of any at the moment. However, some may be closer than you think. The crew will likely know more details about your next voyage. And you're not coming with us? I'm sorry. This is as far as I go. I will contact you when I discover more about their location. She puts her hand up, trapping herself in a blue familiar spell. I'm so proud of how far you kids have come, though your quest has now just begun. Continue to grow strong, and remember, Hotaru, keep your wits high, your heart strong, and be prepared to discover the truth. Pimiko disappears in an opaque blue light and zooms out of the continent in a flash, leaving behind an eruption of wind. We should have known it wouldn't have been easy, Isamu complained. Fedir attempts to brighten the mood, even though everyone looks ready to attend a funeral. Well, we know what has to be done. However, with a boat, who knows what we may find? His optimistic views scatter in the wind, and the deathly sounds of the monster's echo overtake his message. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Isamu commented. A disturbing sound of a gun cocks back. You're not going anywhere. The voice is harsh and monotone like an assassin. Footsteps shuffled into place, and suddenly a swarm of sailors surrounded them with cutlasses or flintlock pistols pointed at them. They turned to the origin of the voice to find the captain of the ship. She has a devious grin on her face as her finger is on the trigger. Her stance is still, and her eyes are sharp like an eagle. Don't make any hasty moves if you value your lives. Why are you doing this? Hotaru shouted, confused by the whole ordeal. Moments ago, she was drunk to the point of complete lack of motor skills. Now she holds her gun with a killer's resolve. You were on the Queen's side. Was she faking the whole time? Why now of all times? It was hard for her to believe, but the thought crossed her mind. Did Grandma do this? Well, she ain't here, is she? And I don't take orders from little runts. Isamu rushes forward, but a bullet hits the ground near his feet. I said don't try anything stupid. Men, grab them. The burly sailors close in, taking Hotaru, Aziza, and Fedir with ease, while Isamu fends them off. Isamu, don't do this! Hotaru cries out, and immediately the handle of a cutlass slams into his head, knocking him out cold. A bag covers her face. The darkness consumes her.